Hello everyone, welcome to the 5th class or day 5. I'm very excited for today's class. It's on chakras. So yeah, I have a lot of confusion around them and there's a lot of videos on how to activate them, what's happened when they get activated. So curious to know more about them from ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Hello all. Again, another day with me. Yeah. So before we talk about the chakras, we might have had already, a basic understanding about what is chakras and, where are they located and what is this chakras all about. If to say what is when we are, more or less we are familiar with these words. We know what are the chakras, the names of chakras, whether it is, Mooladhara, Swadhisthana and all these things, right? It is the chakras is actually the geometry of the universe. Okay, in the geometry of chakras lies the geometry of the universe, right? So when we are talking about the chakras geometry, they can only as they get activated, they get aligned to the universal consciousness, okay, to the source, and then our kundalini energy, which is the doormat, right? Doormat at the base of the spine, right? So from there, the kundalini is awakened and passes through this every chakra and connects to the universal consciousness, right? So in this, what happens is you reach your full potential in physical form. Okay. This is the main thing of connecting to chakras, activating them, aligning them, and all these things. But there are many other things we need to understand before activating it. What is that we actually, when a chakra is activated or it is working too fast, like at the higher vibration, or if the chakra is completely blocked in the sense when it is weak. Okay, so what happens if it is balanced? What is happening? Okay, and is it so important? Like in our ancient text, it has been written, the kundalini energy awakens from the Mooladhara chakra, and then through all the chakras it passes and connects to the universal consciousness, right? Or the entire patterns and all the stories, thought forms, intelligence of the entire universe, the creation, what basically we talk about, right? Now in my journey, I have always understood in a reverse way. It's not that I have understood in a reverse way. I think that the statement is not formed. It is like, rather than awakening the kundalini and raising it through all the chakras and merging, aligning it to the universal consciousness, I made a lot of research and made the universal consciousness coming down from Sahasrara to every chakra and merging with the Kundalini energy inside us. Okay. So this is how the liberation and the grounding energies, the pattern of all these things works. Right. So in this will flow, we need to understand, where in Ayurvedic tradition also we understand about nadis, right? Ida nadi, Pingla nadi, and Shushumna nadi. See, Ida nadi is where we know that we have 72,000 channels. That the channels are called nadis, all throughout our body, right? Which are passing all the messages and all the information, whichever we are putting in the mind, and then the action is happening, right? Nadis are distributed through the whole body, entire whole body, they are distributed. Now, there are three main channels of energy. See, nadis are nothing but the channels of energy only, right? And now the three main are Ida, Pingla, and Shushumna, right? And Ida Nadi is the left side of the body. It is taking care of the left side of the body. And Pingla Nadi is taking care of the right side of the body. And Shushumna is in the center, right? You can call it a central nervous system, or peripheral nervous system, right? All these nadis. And whenever this Ida nadi, Pingla nadi in the junction from the base, whenever there is a junction, right? It is flowing from left to right, and one is flowing right to left, right? That is how nadis are going. And the intersection, that place is called where the chakra is formed, the vortex, right? Chakra means wheel or vortex, whatever we call. So that is formed. So chakras are the centers of this knot point, right? Where the energy is actually blending there, where the Ida nadi and the Pingla nadi are unified, or it is merging at that point. That is where these things have come. Though we have 114 chakras, the 7 are the major, right? When our chakras are balanced, the energy flows freely. And if chakras are not in balance, either even the energy is flowing out of balance. So every actions, every thought process, everything we see, everything is going out of balance. Sometimes we see, what is happening, everything is going out of balance. I'm not in my control. Something else, it's like something else taken over. All these things are happening because chakras are not balanced. They are somewhere imbalanced in this. And the chakras are in optimum, they are in optimum and healthy state when the right amount of energy is flowing through them. When through them, a person becomes very wise, very grounded, very healthy, and evolution process is happening perfectly for them, right? Evolution happens in all the ways. It's like biological also, psychological also, and spiritual also. At all the levels, the evolution is happening. Now the 7 chakras, we know: the root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, and crown, right? And each chakra is in a particular symbol, right? We see every chakra is in a very particular thing. Can I share something? Do I have the option?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
You can
ma'am.
share screen.
Oh yeah.
Ma'am, you're on mute, ma'am.
Mute. Okay. No problem. So we generally have, every chakra has a particular symbol and the character in it. Okay. And we generally see it, the symbol is this particular symbol in every chakra, whether it is downwards triangle or upwards triangle or hexagon or square or circle, anything, whatever, half circle or anything we are seeing, we see every chakra, because whenever we do, I'll be sharing that little of video, so you will anyhow know. So that particular symbol is known as yantra. We have understood, we have talked about yantra yoga, right? About the geometrical form. So this is this is where every chakra holds that geometrical form. It's like a symbol. Okay. And our like for us, for the human beings, we follow a spiritual evolutionary path, right? And in this, the chakras are the way for this evolution. Most of the time we don't understand that our evolution is really based on our chakras. It is just the journey of Mooladhara to Sahasrara and Sahasrara to Mooladhara. Entire our journey, all our life, these are the two ways, in and out, up and down. Okay, this is how the evolution process is happening. Sometimes we are liberated, sometimes we are grounding. Okay, every time whenever a chakra is activated, the evolutionary process is happening through a certain time. For some, most of the time, it is initially when it happens from Mooladhara to Sahasrara. It is the liberation way. So that is the only thing we understand. But sometimes after that process, it again comes back reverse, and again from Sahasrara 2, it comes back to the Mooladhara. Okay, so as per it is growing, or whether we are liberating it, the energy is flowing from Mooladhara to Sahasrara, or Sahasrara to coming back to Mooladhara. We can make out how our life journey is going to happen at that point of moment. Okay, so it is like most of the time, however the chakras flow, however even the Kundalini energy, whether it is rising or it is coming down back to the Mooladhara itself, the harmony, good health and happy relationship and a kind of completion in life is happening. Okay, we see the two way of life. We see one side and the other side also. What didn't happen from, while sometimes when the chakras, when all activated and Kundalini is raising from Mooladhara to Sahasrara, maybe there are some aspects we will miss. For sure we'll miss. All these things will be fulfilled when the same energy is again from the Sahasrara, the energy is flowing down to the Mooladhara. Okay, and these two things will happen to any particular person, whether they are practicing any sadhana or not. It happens for every human being, because that's how the evolution is. But only thing is, as we practice, we are aware, we sense, we know that how the energy is passing, and we become more sensitive towards life. If not, we may not understand. We only think some pattern is repeating. That has happened last time. Now it is happening other time. We may feel all these things. But end of the day, it is all when the geometry is going on, it is the intelligence which is flowing or connecting. Our individual intelligence connecting to the universal intelligence, or the universal intelligence grounding from Sahasrara and merging into the biological intelligence. Right? So it is the fusion of earth and the sky, right? All the elements, right? So when we will find a common, geometrical forms, like when you see triangle pointing downwards, it represents feminine, right? It represents completely the feminine energy. And the same triangle, if it is pointing upwards, we know it is the masculine energy, the Shiva and Shakti, what we say. And hexagram, where we see mostly in the heart chakra, is 2. It is the balance. So that is the reason, probably, every time when we love someone, we say we have given the heart. We don't give legs and hands. We give only a heart. Because it's the fusion, it's the merging of Shiva and Shakti, masculine and feminine together. And lotus petals in every chakra, they represent purity, okay, and the transcendence. It is like you are transcending one level to another level, you're moving. It represents, lotus basically represents that. And the circles, whenever we are seeing in many chakras, we find the circles. Circles are there representing manifestation. Whenever there is a circle, we find it is understood that in a chakra we are seeing these are this symbol is included, represents all these things, all these shapes, all these patterns, and everything is like yantra. How we are saying this geometrical figure is actually connecting to that particular essence, right? That's how it goes. Yeah, already one hand raised. Any doubt here?
Yeah, sorry, ma'am. I can share the screen of the basic, chakra shapes if you like.
Yeah, please do. Today we'll talk about Mooladhara. So let it be only Mooladhara. Yeah. So when we are seeing square surrounding, when we are seeing square in any chakra, it is like, yeah, here all the things are there, right? So when we are talking about Mooladhara, it's pointing downwards. So we are talking about the feminine energy. And the square is always talking about, it is representing the points, the geometrical shapes and all, it is representing the cardinal points. Okay, so like that, every chakra has got somewhere or the other something related in our life journey where our spiritual evolution is possible, is happening. And now when we are talking completely about the geometry of root chakra, okay, now root chakra is also known as Mooladhara in Sanskrit, right? And it is the first chakra located in the base of the spine. And the color is always red and its element is earth. Okay, why we say that, you know, this chakra's element is earth? Because the whatever ingredient is there is available in the earth element, the same ingredients are there in the body also. Whether we call it minerals or anything we say, the same stability, the same strength, the same grounding nature, the same stillness nature, everything is there inside us. Okay, and what does this root chakra means? It is like the downward pointing triangle in the middle of the chakra. We can see that, right? So it represents the divine, the feminine energy and the connection between the matter with your ground. That is our connection with the physical existence on this planet. Okay, so this is what we are actually, this chakra means, our connection with the ground, our physical presence, our manifestation, our existence in this physical form. Okay, and there is a square we can see in the same chakra. After the triangle, there is a square. That square represents the 4 cardinal points that connects you with the earth, the 4 corners you can say. Okay, and the circle inside above the petals, when we are talking about the circle, it is the manifestation of your physical form, because the essence of Mooladhara is all about physical existence. So the circle is about the physical form, and the 4 petals represents your purity of your own human consciousness, right? How pure we are, right? The root chakra geometry represents your connection with the ground, with the earth. Okay, and it is the vital force. The root chakra is it is the base of our vital force, where our, you know, the most important, the force, and where the Kundalini energy lies dormant, waiting. It is just waiting to rise through the chakras. Okay. Okay, now the mostly we say root chakra is the highest chakra for animals. It's mostly it is said that root chakra is the highest chakra for the animals, but and in humans it is the lowest chakra, right? Because as an animal we are close to earth, the heads are close to earth, right? As we are raising as a human, we are actually getting distanced. So we are, when as we growing, we are coming close to our universal consciousness also as the head rises, right? From the instincts we are growing high. So that is the reason it is said for animals it is the highest chakra, and for the humans it is the lowest. But I see there is no difference in such, higher or lower, it is one and the same. Okay, and now when we are, one second, yeah, and when we are talking about completely Mooladhara chakra, we have understood the geometry of that form, right? And now the main issue for this Mooladhara chakra is the physical needs, right? Anything, roti, kapda, makan, you know, all the physical needs. That is the main strongest thing for this. And then the form of yoga we follow to strengthen this chakra is Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga is all the asanas what we already talked about in yoga class, right? And the sensory function for this is smell. Okay, a person can smell anything. We see some people, oh, there is something wrong in this room, I can smell something wrong. We generally say that, right? So we are talking about the Mooladhara chakra completely, when it's activated or when it's really working its way, then the sensory function is connected to smell. And the element we have already talked about it, it's about earth. And the mode of sleep, when this chakra is in a process, in a transition process from one stage to another, person, any human being, they tend to sleep on stomach, right? They tend to, when sometimes, we also feel, oh, we sleep on stomach. We feel so relaxing when we sleep. That means there is something, this Mooladhara chakra is trying to get activated and get it cleared from our system. Okay, that's when this happens. And associated glands and associated body parts for this chakra is the spine, bones, anything solid, cell multiplication. Totally, it is the excretory system or the skeletal system. Right. So that is the reason, we are, how sometimes when we think, oh, I wanted to do that, but somehow I could not manifest. If you are not able to manifest, that means the Mooladhara chakra is still needs to be worked on. Okay, many aspects, all these aspects of Mooladhara chakra needs to be worked on. And the location is base of the spine, or you can say between anus and the genitals. Okay, and the archetype for this is elephant. For Mooladhara chakra, the archetype is elephant. When we are talking about elephant, we know it's very, the healthy and stabilized and, completely the ground, right? Ganesha, when we say, we talk about all the manifestation. Ganesha means manifestation. So this chakra is actually completely connected to that. And then the dysfunctions. If this chakra is not working, the physical dysfunction is arthritis. Mostly, if anybody has arthritis issues and if anything, they can really work on this chakra. And the emotional dysfunction is mental lethargy. Mental lethargy is where they are not in a state to understand anything. They're literally not in a state to understand anything. How much ever you try to tell them, that's not working for them. Again, repeatedly, they keep asking questions, but then that doesn't affect, it does not go. Okay, that is mental lethargy. And life lesson for this chakra, every chakra teaches us a life lesson. Okay, there is a lesson this chakra is particularly wanting us to learn, is for standing up for oneself. Maybe when the what do you say, when the chakra is, when we say the Kundalini energy from Mooladhara chakra, when it is rising high, okay, and connecting to the crown chakra, to the universal consciousness, sometimes, we might be not standing for ourselves. We might be standing thoroughly for somebody else. Maybe the God form is because we are elevated. Our consciousness is completely elevated from the earth element. So we are totally connecting to something else, which somewhere there is a separation which is happening inside us. Okay. So this lesson is for this chakra is to standing up for yourself. Whatever you are doing for others, first learn to do it for yourself. Even if it means to cooking at home, or eating, feeding some children or anything, whatever it is, whatever you are doing to others, first learn to do it for yourself. Even if it is hatred or anger, if you want to hate anyone, if you want to explode on anyone, first do it on yourself. Okay, that's the thorough life lesson for this. Okay, and then the goals for this is physical health, fitness, stability, and security. Okay, these are the things. These are the most important things, goals we need to have in this chakra, right? And generally the fears what a person attracts or come across when the, while this chakra is working on or processing something or not, or all such, the person fears to trust. The person has a tendency to, they are scared to trust. Okay, even maybe there might be an abandonment issues. Maybe they might have got abandoned earlier by their parents or anybody from their any loved ones, or maybe they have abandoned themselves. Okay, and there is a self-destructive nature. Okay, always talking about suicide. I'm not wanting to live. I don't want to live, I don't like anything in life. This directly, all this self-destructive kind of commands what we give unconsciously to ourselves, it actually says that you have a fear to trust. Okay, trust the very existence of your own self. Okay, and then the traumas are from where actually the root cause of all these things are happening. Maybe we might think, okay, I'm not feeling anything interested towards life because my situations are like this and all. We need to understand the main root cause of every trauma we come across in life is for this chakra. Basically, when we talk about Mooladhara chakra, it is about the birth trauma and the unconscious death urge what we carry in our unconscious. Maybe there is a birth trauma, maybe sometimes maybe while at the moment of birth we have not encountered very pleasant moments, or maybe there are some memories related to birth we hold very not very loving or caring or any such. Okay, and there is a and in result of that we also carried unconscious death urge. Okay, and the reflections we need to find. How do we find whether we have any birth trauma or not, whether we have any unconscious death urge or not? How do we find the reflection? We find the reflection in our parent or in our relation with God. Okay, this is how we connect. How was my relationship with my parents, whether it is father, mother, guardian, anybody, grandparents, or anyone, maybe a elder sister, much elder, she might have the elder sister or elder brother who have taken the place of parents for you. Okay, all this, how is the relationship with them, you have to find out, right? And then financially a person feels helpless whenever the Mooladhara chakra is not functioning in a proper way. I don't say not functioning in a proper way, when it is a transition state, the symptoms are like you feel very much helpless financially. You might feel, oh my god, so much finances I'm putting on, I'm dumping on my finances. Oh, I have to learn. Sometimes what happens is a person uh, goes and invests in some stocks, and again goes and invests in some other business, and again goes and invests in some other business. He keeps investing in everywhere, and then suddenly they feel, oh my god, it is so overloading, I have invested everything so many ways, till that comes I'm not going to invest anywhere else. Okay, this is also a kind of helplessness. Okay, this is how it happens. And the sutra to be followed is Sutra of Abundance. More deeper about the sutras and finances stages we'll be learning in our further classes. It's just to understand overall, for you. The sutra is Sutra of Abundance. Abundance is there all the time, everywhere. Universe, the consciousness, the intelligence of the universe itself says it is abundant. That's the reason we see everyone has everything they want or they need at that particular moment. It is our mind which says, oh, I wanted that, but that is not there with me. No, it is our mind which seeks that. But actually, deep inside us, we know I really have everything, whatever I need. Okay, if there is something which you want and you need it, it will come to you at the right time if you have the trust and if you have the trust of your existence itself. Okay, when I am there, when I myself have manifested, who am I? I am a embodiment of so much of intelligence. So this intelligence knows what to provide to me. If I could provide a body for me, then I can provide anything for myself, right? This trust need to be developed. We have to see life and existence into a total different manner. Okay, and when this chakra is the positive side of this chakra is a person is surrenderness, their willingfulness and willingness, and they are they can give themselves for a highest cause. For the highest cause, they can give themselves. It's okay, it is for the good, everything is happening, it's okay if I don't get something. Okay, if I am losing something, it is okay. So it is the positive side. It is like you have so much trust in yourself and the universe that you are willing to lose anything if it is needed. Okay, and if this chakra is highly activated, more than needed, okay, if it is highly activated, a person becomes overly materialistic. Other than material, they don't understand anything. Okay, everything matters on the material thing only. Okay, and if this chakra is in a weaker condition, the person is emotionally needy. They want somebody to hold them, they want somebody to listen to them, they want somebody to console them, they want somebody to listen to their whatever traumas they have. For everything they are emotionally needy. These are the people who will always feel like, oh, I expected my husband to be with me, I expected my parents to be with me, I expected my children to take care of me. There's so many complaints they come up with. Okay, because they're emotionally needy. But if this chakra is balanced and working wonderfully, then the person is mastered his emotions and they are grounded and healthy. If you are not able to master your emotions, that means somewhere you have not worked on yourself. Sometimes what happens is we learn so many techniques and we just follow the techniques. We don't really understand what am I doing with this. It's like, a person has learned to cook, but when he is hungry, he has forgotten to cook. He has learned. So technique is learned, but he has forgotten, the person has forgotten when to use it. Okay. So how to use it is understood, but when to use it is forgotten. So that's when all these things happen. So but the person, if the chakra is well balanced and a proper way, then automatically the person is emotionally grounded, and that's how it happens. There is a motto for this chakra is unconditional acceptance. Accept whatever life gives. I'm not saying unconditional acceptance is whatever the other person says to me, whether the other person talks ill about me or humiliates me, I need to accept. Unconditional acceptance is whatever life has put you in, whichever situation, accept it. Wholeheartedly accept it, because that's the best way to deal with that. Right? So this is how things. Now let us do the technique, to activate this chakra. Yeah. Yeah, Kanchanji.
Ma'am, when you are saying conditional acceptance, one side we are saying accept the life situation as it is coming, and the other side we are saying if somebody is doing something with us, we should not accept it. Like rather than
Wherever the mind works. See, I will tell you the difference. Say, for example, you have landed, life has put you in a situation where you have to go to a party. Okay. Now the invitation has come and you are supposed to go because the people are, close to you, and you have a very close acquaintance with them, and their office people also. It is important for you to go and everything. And now the invitation has come. Now you know that it is very important. I need to go. Okay. But suddenly your family says, no, it is not important. We are not interested. So you are also not going. Okay. Now what you do is, at that moment, you have to, generally what happens, what we do if such situation comes, we try to argue with our family. We try to argue on the name of convincing. We actually try to argue. Now this is important. You need to understand, I have my own life, I have my office, tomorrow I have to leave them, I have to face them. On the name of convincing, we are literally sitting for an argument. We are actually not convincing. Okay. But if you say, okay, you say that it is not important. Okay, maybe if I don't go today, I'm going to miss something which is going to be very precious for me. Maybe I'm going to miss that, but it's okay. Somebody has said not to go. I'm not saying it is family. It could be anybody else, any XYZ. Some other person has told me, it is between you and you are the invitation. Whoever comes is the third person. Okay, whatever role they might be playing. Now the third person has said not to go. Now you are sitting in silence and you're not uttering any word against that. Okay. And tomorrow when the state comes and anybody questions, why have you not come? You can simply say, this so-and-so third person has said no, that is the reason I could not come. You will not miss any opportunity. And next time this third person will have some sense enough to interfere. He will never interfere.
So
Okay.
basically,
So that
we
is
are,
unconditional acceptance.
yeah. So it's a state of common sense. Keep like do interference, like accept the interference where we can, accept it without compromising our conditions as well.
Without anything. You don't have to compromise, you don't have to convince, you don't have to do anything. Okay, some intelligence of from the universe is saying no, some intelligence of the universe is saying go. Okay, now which is universal, which is mind, I might not know. Okay, so I am not saying, I am neither rejecting it, neither I am accepting it. I am still.
And what
I have
if,
begun to witness.
and what
Okay, I am witnessing.
argue or don't say anything, but you just go because you think it's important for you, and just go. You try not trying to please anyone, not going.
I don't suggest that. Even one person says no, that means somewhere, some intelligence in some form, it is saying no. It is important for us to understand what form is that. Maybe the form is coming from our own family or sometimes our own friends, or maybe somebody very close to us. It's like respecting the other word also, not by, completely going against. You can
But
say
if it's not
sometimes,
hurting
we miss
anyone,
sometimes.
but if it's not
That
hurting
moment we
anyone,
miss.
it's not bothering anyone. It's just
Or we can say,
If there is not, if you are a single entity, happily being there and you don't need to say anyone to anything, it's your choice. Then it's your call.
actually,
very
we are
tricky.
think everybody's like this
See
chakra.
why this happens.
Yeah.
Why this happens, because life is expecting something from you. It wants to show you
Yeah.
that this little thing is not that important. You don't need to. Even if it is important, if it is for you, it will be there for you because you have respected some other energy.
Yeah, got it, ma'am.
You held the essence of respect. And your opportunity will not go anywhere. It will
Yeah,
be there.
that point makes sense.
Emotion sounded basically at that moment, this stage need to be.
Yeah. Payalji, you have something.
Yeah, hello, ma'am. Yeah, my question is also on the similar lines. Like, if for a period of time you had been with a different attitude, but suddenly you discover within yourself that if your desire is not harming anyone, but I want to do it, but now people have got used to you agreeing on to what they want you to, then how is this transition to be faced? Because if you become on your own, sometimes it gives them a feeling that what have you got? You become arrogant. What is the change in you? But honestly, now you want to be yourself now, because the change in me is I want that self-love thing which was earlier missing and was not in the dictionary is just started coming. And that is why the expectation has actually reduced a lot, because I used to expect a lot and I was very sensitive. And I related when you said, this thing about the root chakra and everything. At the drop of a hat, I used to cry. I used to cry, and I could not take, loud noises. Now I feel, I become grounded, and I don't want people to feel that I become arrogant. But at the same time, I want to love myself also. Then what to do?
See, when you are in a situation, you have come to a situation based on certain thought process of life, right? Certain perceptions of life. Earlier, maybe you have thought that life is all about this. Most of the women, generally when it comes to women or even men, but we'll talk more about women, that will be easy for you to understand. When we, since our childhood, we have been hearing some common commandments. This is how girl is supposed to be. This is how girl is supposed to live. This is how girl is supposed to think. And this is how girl is supposed to feel. Okay, even feelings were not ours. It's somebody's commandments. Based on somebody's commandments, we have been conditioned in such a way to feel in a particular way only, right? And we have been grown up with that conditioning. Okay, and then we have been introduced to the new family. And now how we are, though in spite of that, we know now this family is my family, I can do whatever I want, I don't have these conditions now. In spite of that, you have already conditioned yourself so much in the training process that you have ended up introducing them, this is what I am. Okay, maybe consciously you were not aware, but unconsciously the system has been already made. Right? And the person is the other person is slowly trying to understand you. In the process of understanding you, he has understood your conditioning system. There is no you, there is only the conditioning through you, right? So he has understood the conditioning after a point, and he started reflecting to that conditions only. Now after a point, suddenly you get up and you think, what the hell, where am I? Because you were inside, you were not aware of the conditioning which already happened, programmed inside you. And it is not you who everyone was seeing, it is your programming and that conditioning everyone was seeing through you. So you were not there. You have forgotten yourself also, because you thought that was me. Okay, now suddenly after a certain point of life, we have realized this is not me. Okay, this is not me, and this conditioning is not me. And now we started making reverse conditions to that earlier conditions. Okay, now all these things comes. Now I want this. All these days I had this. No, now I want this. All these days I didn't had this. Now I want that. Okay, there's so many things. We are tired by that journey, by conditioning and deconditioning and reconditioning. Our minds are to a level, they are tired. Now suddenly a moment comes, you are just dropping it, everything. Come what may, come may not may. Okay, what has to come, it will come. What has to not come, it will not come. We have just dropped it and we are just remaining in silence. Okay, from that state, you are actually starting to access what actually you are. When you drop off out of tiredness or out of helplessness, out of anything, you just drop off, and that's the reason you start connecting to yourself. What am I? Somebody comes and tells, why are you not making me cup of coffee? Oh, cup of coffee? Yeah, I'll make. You're getting up, you're making. Maybe inside you're not liking to make it, but you're not even in a state of whether liking something or not liking something. Oh, I'm supposed to make? Okay. I've been making all these years. Suddenly I also know I can't say no. Okay, I'm making it. Okay. In this process, suddenly a thought comes, because you are at the same time somewhere you're blank also. Energy is flowing from the blank channel, from that stillness channel also energy is flowing. Suddenly a thought comes, why not I make a cup of coffee for me, for myself also? All these years you didn't think that. That day for the first time you started thinking. So you made 2 coffees. Okay. Now the introduction of this new perception, new version of you is going to the people. They will take some time to understand. But you are not in that state. You are already, the mind has already gone into the exhausted state. We are not interested whether the other person understands or not. I am in my own mode. You are actually not thinking anything. The blank system is filling that energy so that new insights towards yourself are coming to you. So you are liking this. Oh, this is nice. For the first time, I did something for myself. Oh, it's nice. I'm doing something for myself. Oh, the hell, this is what I've been looking for. Better I live for myself. I don't want anybody else. But all these days, all this confusion, all this disturbances, everything has happened just because we have missed ourselves. We have forgotten. We never been taught to look at ourselves. Even on this day, after so much of awareness around the world, if you have a daughter of 20 plus age, as parents, every parent will feel, oh, bapre, my daughter is, my children are growing young now, and then we need to see some rishta, and again the same story. We are repeating the same. We will not say, maybe we will say from ourselves, no, nowadays it's not like that. Children must grow. They have to think about their career. They have to, make their own path. They should not become like us, always ghar mein baitho, khana pakao, and all these things, just going to office, working for family. Not this. My children should be different. But still, when movement comes again, you want to repeat the same conditioning. Right? It takes a roller coaster. Okay, by all this drama is over, you will definitely be 60 plus. Okay. 60 plus, and there's no other thing to think about. There is nothing to think about. That's the reason I say, had this knowledge had come to us when we were in 20s, then things would have been totally different while we are at 60s. Okay, so better late than never. Things are coming to us. Now we need to understand we have the time and leisure. At 60s also, I know a person, one of my student, he is 70 plus. Now he has got all the time for himself. No children marriage, no responsibility, nothing. Now he learned music, he learned violin, he learned Hindustani classical, and he is a yoga specialist. All kinds of asanas he can do, and he attends every classes. And he remembers also everything very quickly. He walks, when he walks, you feel like a small child is walking. How fast the child can walk, 6 years, 7 years child. At 70 plus, he's that fast. Happens. You have to just say yes, everything will flow. Nobody taught us to say yes. Nobody taught us. We have been conditioned. Our parents also were conditioned in the same way. Their parents also were conditioned in the same way. It's gradually, earlier we never knew the thing about a girl being educated, but later on this has come. Right? It took a time for a person to, come to zero education to at least ladies can, the women can study, women can have education, they can work, they can walk along with men, and all these things have come later on for us. For that, many women had to process many things at the psychological level and at the physical level. So we also might be processing something so that the next coming generations will have that open space. So from the day one, they are very open. We are actually marching towards that kind of creation of the society. If today we are here, but tomorrow definitely that golden world will emerge, and we are just processing these stages. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah. So, in short, you mean if the transition is happening, the transitions are always little shocking. So just take the transition smoothly.
Yes, it's a transition state. We have to take it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, Namita ji, have something?
Ma'am, just on this point which Pal ma'am raised, that that when you trying to transform yourself, you come in this meditation path and you feel like, okay, you become a neutral a little bit. And then, as you said earlier, like you in a transition state, when you're transiting, obviously people not around you don't like it straight away. They're gonna say all of a sudden no's to a lot of things. like as you give your example, the person learning to dance, music and everything, that's probably hidden from your childhood. You want to do it, but because of parents restriction, spouse restriction, or you haven't pursued your hobbies and everything. Now, if all of a sudden somebody said, no, you can't do it. So should I just don't do it because they put a restriction on me? Or should I listen to myself and thinking of my self-love or self-progress, and I should continue that? Because people obviously going to say no. All of a sudden you are the condition to listen everything and then obey, and a beautiful wife for, who always listen. And all of a sudden you're going not against them, but you're thinking of yourself first. So they're obviously going to not like it.
The first thing is, if you have love for yourself from the day one, किसी का मजाल है कहीं मना करे?
मैम करते हैं ना लोग.
Nobody in the world,
parents
nobody in the
put a
world
condition.
will say. Nobody. It is not possible. We will never attract a personality, a reflections which that kind of energy. Okay.
Arpitha ma'am,
If we had, but all the problem rises. We never had the self-love because nobody told us. There is something called. They always told about love. They told this is love. My husband को चाय का पानी चाय दे दो, सवेरे उठ के चाय दे दो, वो लव है. बच्चों का पोटी साफ करो, वो लव है. All these things. But doing something for yourself, no, it is not love. Okay, so we never knew.
No,
now when the time comes,
yes,
yeah.
No, from very childhood, even though I find in childhood or wherever I in my life stage of my life, I always pursue my self-life. If people around me didn't like it, I did for myself. Even if I take a day off from office, don't go to office, just spend my whole day with myself. I sort of managed from very childhood to now.
So that's a self-love. That's
nobody likes it.
Self-love.
I just keep it to myself and do it. So the self-love is always there, but because the people around you, they just sort of, they condition you, they put pressure on you to behave certain way, which you did just to get life. But when you feel like, no hiding anymore, I cannot do anymore. Everyone. So,
yeah, that's when, from the day one, we can say, from the day one itself, when people say that you are not supposed to do this way, we can always say, no, I'm not feeling comfortable in doing it, so I'm not doing it. Okay, You're not going against them. You're only putting your perception in front. Okay, rest is their choice of
his choice. Yeah.
But it is one case, and there is another case. They cannot say no because they have not been taught to say no. Okay, they have been taught always to say yes. It is good. Saying always yes is good. At the spiritual way, you are actually evolving whenever you are saying good. Whatever it is, whatever comes, if life is providing you, saying yes. But for that, you need to have a mind of a completely different mind, where you are not seeing every person as the role they are playing or as any human being. You are seeing them as a transmitter of some universal consciousness. They are also the reflection of universal consciousness. If this no is coming from here, okay, for whatever I'm thinking, yes, if the no is coming from there, so there might be something maybe I'm missing too. Maybe there is something else I need to understand in myself. So when you begin to look at the other person in this perception, obviously your projection will be different.
Yeah, I agree with that, because when I become very sure that what I want from life, people change. They started to understand without unspoken, without telling them, they start to understand things and they try to change their behavior as well. I agree on that.
So this is how it is. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Shivani ji.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
You told few qualities, that tells you Muladhara chakra is balanced or not balanced. When I listened those, I thought, I have some, I don't have some. So like I feel something is in balance, something is out of balance. So my question is how to find the perfect balance and how to activate, Muladhara chakra.
what we are going to start. We had some questions, so we're just clearing the questions.
That's fine.
Now
That's
I'll be making you.
We
to
have
do
an
this,
early question
technique.
session today.
Okay. Yes.
Now I will make you to do this technique of Muladhara Chakra, so you can practice it for 1 week.
Okay.
Okay. Since we can't, for a 1 week continuously, we can't do the same chakra. I'll be continuing with the other chakras every day. But you remember, because these videos are also recorded and you have this thing, you can just go back and see it. For Muladhara Chakra, for whatever technique we are doing it today, do it continuously for 1 week.
Okay.
Okay. In that 1 week, anyhow, we are in touch. You can share what is happening and what not is happening. Okay. Based on that, we can make out how it is getting. Okay.
Thank
Every
you.
day we'll be doing 1 chakra each. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Now sit straight, spine straight completely. Eyes closed. Breathe normally for a few minutes. As you breathe in and breathe out, relax every part of your body. Now, inhale and exhale deeply for 100 counts. With each inhalation and exhalation, feel all the tensions flowing out and the body being energized from this inflow of breath. After the 100 counts, relax for a minute. Now, take the mudra of Muladhara. Join the tips of thumb and little finger. Keep your tongue, touch the palate. Inhale deeply and pull the anus up towards the base of the spine. Hold the breath for 20 seconds. Relax. Once again, contract, take a deep breath, contract all the muscles of the perineum, hold the breath, concentrate on the location of Muladhara. Relax. Repeat the same. Take a deep breath, contract all the muscles of the perineum, hold the breath, focus on Muladhara. Relax. Once again, repeat the same. Take a deep breath, contract all the muscles, hold the breath, focus on Muladhara. Relax. Now bring all your attention to the location of Muladhara, base of the spine. See a red color, 4-petal lotus rotating anti-clockwise. Let it gain the speed. Allow it to rotate as fast as possible. Mentally chant the Muladhara mantra. Lam. 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 As you chant these mantras, feel the vibration and sensations going up from the base of the spine to the crown. Let the 4 petals rotate as fast as possible. Lam. 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 Now slowly slow down the spinning. Once again, take a deep breath, contract all the muscles of the perineum, hold the breath, focus on Mooladhara. Relax. Once again, repeat. Take a deep breath, contract all the muscles, hold the breath, focus on Mooladhara. Relax. Repeat once again. Take a deep breath, contract all the muscles, hold the breath, focus on Mooladhara. Relax. Now mentally repeat 3 times. Mooladhara uthna, uthna, uthna. Mooladhara uthna, uthna, uthna. Mooladhara uthna, uthna, uthna. See a beautiful red light on the location of Mooladhara, glowing, spreading the light all over the Mooladhara chakra. Keep witnessing. Continue breathing. Continue witnessing the light glowing on the location of Mooladhara. Once you feel ready, with all the gratitude to the light, you can slowly open your eyes. Seems like all are in trance.
We have a few cameras on, but yeah, they look like enjoying it.
Yeah. Anyone wish to share?
I'll go first, ma'am.
Yeah.
I stay quiet today.
Yeah, it was wonderful, ma'am. Actually, I could feel the muscles were coming up, until my stomach. I felt, when I was holding the breath, I was able to move the muscles up.
Yeah.
So I never knew. Yeah. It's a wonderful experience. Thank you, ma'am.
So 1 week from now, you can do this. It takes 1 week of time to completely get Muladhara, any chakra to get activated.
Anyone else would like to share the experience?
Ma'am, with me, like when you said feel the light, see that light, instead at the chakra point, I don't know, suddenly the switch happened and I was able to see the light all around me. Like I was not
That's
like,
okay.
immediately the thought came in my mind that where you had gone. And
Okay.
I felt much pain at the like the socket, the where I was having
Yeah.
already. It ignited so fast on my whole back where you gave me healing yesterday. It was like a spike that place.
Mm-hmm. Still the pain is there now?
No, now it's not. I'm feeling better now. But that spike was very. The moment that light saw and emotion came in my mind that where I am. Like, did I disconnect or what I did wrong or something? That particular instance, that spike turns up.
Okay. 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 So sometimes when you are practicing Muladhara, maybe your spine you might feel pain, or you might feel even at the base of the spine also, you might feel even, for some people, they have great trouble in even sitting comfortably. For some days, they can't even sit without the cushioning. They can't really sit on the floor. Sometimes, in some cases, it happens, but don't worry, just go ahead with it. Okay. It's just the symptom of activation. That's all.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Shivani ji.
Ma'am, will that be okay with back pain? Like I have major back issues, the lower back. Would that be
That's
okay with
okay.
that as well?
That's okay. It
Okay.
might get healed also.
Okay. Cool.
Ma'am, just one more thing from me.
Yeah.
I didn't see the red light, ma'am. Usually when I sit for meditation, I start seeing colors from red, orange until until violet. So there itself, I will be seeing violet throughout the session. But this time, I didn't see red color. I saw green all over the session. At the end, I saw purple. So,
But get connected to red one.
Mm.
That's important.
Yeah.
Okay. Be there with the red light.
Yeah, I didn't see the red light, ma'am. That's surprising for me.
You don't have to really see. Sometimes, the image is there. You know how that color looks like.
Yeah.
You can sense its presence there.
Actually, when I was doing it, I could see the red light at the base, but then I was keep coming, my consciousness or my awareness keep coming to here, and then I have to focus back there, and it was coming back here. So is that okay?
Because it's just the first time you're doing, it's okay. But then keep focus there only on Muladhara.
Okay, that's fine.
Like few questions. All questions done before the session.
Payalji, do you have a question before ma'am showed the technique? Would you like to ask your question now? Is Payalji here or?
Namita ji,
Mhm.
there is one question in the chat box.
Yeah,
from
I think
Vinita.
Vinita ma'am asked earlier when ma'am was saying that what can block
Okay.
chakra with.
Yeah. Does miscarriage affect this? Miscarriage is connected to Swadhisthana also. So it will be connected Muladhara and Swadhisthana together, because Swadhisthana chakra is dealing with our reproduction system. So this connects to that chakra. Yeah. Vanita ji, is it okay?
Hello, ma'am. Yeah, hello, ma'am. So when you were telling about those birth-related stuff, that time it came in my mind, like,
Okay.
is it not my birth? Is it some like the other birth that I was giving? Like, is it connected to that as well? So, you were
Come
talking
back.
about
I didn't get you. What is other
you
birth?
were like, child's birth. So you were
Okay.
telling about if you have something related to your birth that
Birth
came
trauma.
from, yes, birth trauma. So I was connecting like not my birth, but other kids' birth, or this miscarriage or these things that kept
Acha, miscarriage happened in your life, or it was a general
my
thing?
my life.
You in your life it happened. So miscarriage,
Yes.
actually all these cases are connected to Swadhisthana. Okay, and
Okay.
Swadhisthana Muladhara are both are interconnected. So this as and when you practice Muladhara chakra and also Swadhisthana, when you grow more, you actually, whenever you are practicing, you are strengthening these chakras, and when the chakras are strengthened, all these things are healed. Okay, even any memories are there inside at that particular area, with any memories, cellular memories, even they get healed.
Okay. Okay. Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Question that if you know that when you're doing all these meditation techniques, or not techniques, like just general meditation, then you feel like I know, as you said, England, Pingla nadis, and when the Shuddhikaran happening in those nadis, I hear that when you're doing the meditation, it just get too warm in your body, that when the purification happen, and then you got a Sushumna nadi activated. And so when I was doing meditation, I felt that, and then I felt the energy going shoot up from bottom to up. And then after that, I'm having sensation on here, on my third eye, like in the meditation and in journal, sitting in office or doing normal work. All of a sudden, when I'm conscious about my breath, it's starting happening. So what is happening, and what it to go from here, or what I can do more, sort of thing? That's my question.
Whenever the Muladhara chakra is activated, you feel warm. You feel very warm. You feel very cozy. And when it is Swadhisthana, you feel chill. You feel cool completely because of the water element. You feel cool. And when the Sushumna is activated and the as a spiral energy, the Kundalini energy is awakened and the third eye is activated, there are many perceptions which get reformed. Maybe earlier we might have thought about life in such a way, and those experiences have happened. And now suddenly there is another insight that no, this is also possible. And now from then onwards, life will happen in this way.
Yes.
Okay. And that clarity comes. See, whenever the third eye is activated, it is only that there is much more clarity in our perceptions now. We are able to think. Earlier, we don't know. Without that, we don't know like what we are thinking is right or not, what is good for us, what is not good for us. We might not know about it. It was a general perceptions what we might carry and we go. But when the third eye is activated, that's when it is called Gnana chakra also. Gnana, the eye of wisdom. Okay. So when this I is activated, the identity of I is dissolved. So you are actually becoming one with the universal I. Right. So many perceptions will get dissolved in that. So we get to see life in a new way, not like how we have been seen before. We will be seeing in a different way. It is towards the new version of our life.
Yourself. Yeah. What should I do from here? Keep practicing more meditation or
keep practicing? Keep practicing. Continue practicing. That's all. Because
so
whatever the new perceptions have come, again those perceptions have to ground. So that's the reason it's a journey from Mooladhara to Sahasrara and again Sahasrara to Mooladhara.
So now the journey will be reversed from Moola to Moola.
What happens is, the most wonderful thing is, we don't get to be conscious about these things. Initially, the first phase of life, when we are practicing, we heard about is, we are in the path, we learned this technique, that technique, and all the techniques we have now, and the practices are happening. So Kundalini awakens, right? And it connects to the Sahasrara and the universal consciousness. Okay. Now suddenly we begin to see world as very beautiful, very wonderful, very excellent, and all the positive things are possible in the world. All these things are there. Okay. And now from there, again slowly with the new perceptions, again the energy is dawning and energy is grounding. So whatever beautiful thing, whatever perceptions we had about life till then, because after the raising, you definitely have a feeling of very wonderful thing. It is okay. You are becoming very beautiful, very divine version of you is emerged, and it is slowly flowering. Now this version of you has to manifest. Okay. Now what is happening? From Sahasrara, the energy is coming back to Mooladhara. Okay. Is coming to Mooladhara. So everything is manifesting now. Whatever you have perceived, the beautiful version of you is being manifested now. And in this process, whatever you held before, because due to some kind of old perception, the life was manifested at that particular junction. Right. Now all this you have to take as challenge and move through that. Okay. That is what manifesting. Now you are manifesting yourself as a new personality. Right. So everything will change completely. And now after coming this, now from here, from Mooladhara, now the story is over. What you have raised, you have again grounded it. The story is over. Now from now, whatever life you have chosen, it is the journey of you begins. The real you begins. And now there are no experiences here. Absolutely all the experiences, you will start wondering, I used to have so many experiences. Suddenly what happened? There are no experiences at all. But everything in life is happening in a proper way, as if somebody has, designed it.
Yeah, I was complaining group a lot these days. I'm not having any experiences.
Yeah.
What happened to me? All of a sudden,
Everything happens. Everything is happening.
Experience.
It is that divine version of you is taking its shape. So you are manifesting your own self. You are becoming the real you, which you actually are. In this process, we'll complete whatever residues of life, whatever responsibilities of life. Maybe some might have, we might have missed earlier while the arising. We might have, because when the Kundalini is awakened, you are actually liberating. So you don't feel any connection with anyone. Maybe relationships, oh, they are there. All philosophy comes at that point of time.
Yes.
Oh, they are there for this life. Tomorrow they'll not be there. All this version will be there. And when grounding is happening, you are like, oh my God, I thought this world is of useless, but then no, this is also very important. All these things are happening. And now when now there is no place for any experiences or anything. Now the life is beginning. Now it's you. So whatever is residues, whether your responsibilities or your relationships or anything which has to be repaired, they're automatically getting repaired. Which has to be healed, automatically getting healed, because the liberation and grounding has already happened energetically. Now all this liberation and grounding is happening in the manifestation form. It is taking its form now. That's when your true journey begins.
So it is just
All
with
the
the
miracles you are going to see since then.
Sorry, so it's just with the meditation. We don't need to do anything else. It will all come with the meditation alone. Is that what you're saying? Like,
No, I'm talking about the experiences. What happened when you are practicing?
yes,
In
meditation.
any technique,
Yep.
when you're practicing, generally we have a tendency of like feeling very happy when the kundalini is awakened and we are one with the universal consciousness. We think journey is that's it, but actual journey begins from then. Okay, from then, after liberation, now you have to ground yourself. Now after grounding, now you have to manifest yourself, and then you have to take your own journey without the support of any experience.
Yeah.
Right. So this way life goes until you reach back and you realize in the existence, in this reality, in this matter reality, that you were searching for yourself and you are your own destination.
Yeah.
Till that manifest, that situation completely as a whole picture manifest, this up and down keeps happening.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, I asked a question as well in the chat.
Yeah, I'm just seeing that.
Yep.
Third eye is open, a person will see synchronities. The question
Like,
is, once you start to see
the double numbers and things like
you
that.
need to
So my
synchronize.
question is, once your third eye is open, you can start to see the third eye. Will it are you going to keep seeing them, or it just stops if you stop meditating in future?
After the third eye is open, your psychic, the trauma of psychic opening will begin.
Sorry, what does that mean?
The real spiritual emergency begins. Okay, it is like any chakra should not be constantly open.
Okay.
It should become dormant, and again when it's needed, it should be opening up. All these techniques are to regularize these chakras.
Yep.
This system. Okay.
Yep.
When in our the anapanasati technique, what is happening is, as you are breathing, you are in and out, your breath is flowing freely, effortlessly, the breath is happening, the chakras tend to be open, get activated, and they remain open. And when they remain open, there is always a possibility of all kinds of traumas getting activated along with that. You will know.
Control
I will talk about spiritual emergency also. I will talk
Okay.
about that also. That chapter is also there.
Okay. That's fine. I missed the last session, so I'm just thinking, what did I miss? So yeah.
No, we just started.
Okay.
Actually, in a way, we just started.
Okay. Yep.
So ma'am, you will teach us later on that when Anapanasati, when we open everything, so how to close them as well.
It's not like closing, like,
It's just like
this chakra system is, the anatomy of your spirit, and these are getting activated and they know how to balance themselves. You are connecting to that kind of intelligence. Whenever any chakra has to get activated, life will give you a situation and that gets activated. Like about siddhis, how it happens, right? The same way it will go. This will go in a form, very balanced form. Even if the kundalini is awakened after all this chakras activation, it is awakened to the very balanced way without any harm happening. Okay. Sometimes what happens is, when we are following the other techniques of anapanasati or any other technique, related to only breath, when we are activating and all kundalini is activated suddenly, and if the Anahata chakra or Manipuraka chakra or any chakra in between is not activated and is not in a balanced state, your spine will break. Okay, there is a possibility of spine issues coming up. Okay, and then there's a possibility of mind being disoriented and you fall into delusions. Okay, this is all spiritual emergency symptoms where suddenly something happens without the readiness of psychological readiness and spiritual readiness, the energy is awakened. Okay, there are many techniques where people teach where they'll simply call you and they'll use some technique, awaken your kundalini, but that's not the way. Everything has to happen in a very proper and systematic manner. There is a system for everything. According to the system, it must go.
Yep, agree, ma'am.
Ma'am, just one last thing from me.
Yeah.
I've been doing practicing meditation for the past 3 years. I can totally relate to what you said just now, ma'am. Like, activation and being grounded again and, controlling your sthithis in all possible situations. Yeah, I can totally relate to that. Yeah, now I got the answers.
Yeah. In further, every class you will learn many answers.
Yes.
Don't worry.
It's all spiritual journey, madam. Every day is a learning. Every day, even
It's a journey. It's a journey. That's
yes,
all.
yes.
That's how the journey is.
Yeah. Thank
Always
you so
I
much.
say evolution happens in 3 forms. One is physical, one is psychological, and one is spiritual. So everything goes on.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
So should we conclude, ma'am, here or?
Yeah. Tomorrow we are meeting with another chakra again.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And yeah, we were excited to meet again tomorrow. Second
Yeah.
chakra.
Thank you. See
Good
you
night.
all
Thank you,
tomorrow
ma'am.
again.
Thank you all,
Bye.
masters.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye.